I think Swift has done a great job.
Chicago Bears training camp day 2, we have some big injury reports I wanted to catch you guys up on. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The two biggest stories have been Colston Loveland and Luther Burden. Loveland would miss the end of Michigan's season with a shoulder injury in his AC joint that required off-season surgery. That was performed in January, and he's been recovering from that since. He was limited throughout all of OTAs and minicamps, but he did a ton of work on the side. He was able to run, catch, and lift. Now, with camp officially here, Loveland is full go and ready to really ramp up, but he still has some on field conditioning stuff to do. But all reports are that he's at least close to 100%. But what about Luther Burden? He was drafted healthy and got dinged up a bit during rookie minicamps. He initially had a hamstring issue that the team wanted to be cautious of. However, he would return to practice after that. He ended up getting hurt on a diving catch he made, landing on the football and reportedly having the wind knocked out of him. Since then, he has not been seen at practice. Ben Johnson said the soft tissue stuff has dragged on a bit, and they were hoping to have him ready for day 1 of camp, but right now he is day to day, but expected to be on the practice field soon. Our head coach further added that they're hopeful he will be back out there in just a couple of days. Luther is the player I labeled the steal of the NFL draft, and he recently released an off-season training video on his personal YouTube page. It showed him at Hallis Hall working on his releases and route running in the facility all by himself. So he is grinding and putting in that work. There's been a bit of a narrative that LB3 is lazy, or that he's been a problem already in camp, and this is just nonsense. He was not happy that he fell to round 2 of the draft. He was one of the top 15 players overall when it comes to talent, if you ask me, and a lot of scouts out there agree. And he's a guy that is determined to prove the teams that passed on him were wrong. In his words, he's going to make them pay and step on their necks. Our head coach also added that Luther has been in every single wide receiver meeting, spent extra time with position coach Antoine Randall L., and he talks to the quarterbacks often and making sure he knows every little detail he needs to. However, there is no substitute for live reps in practice, and Luther is missing valuable time right now. The sooner he gets back, the better. Another injury update, though, is Shamar Turner tweaked his ankle in practice yesterday. They're unsure of the severity of the injury right now, and they're still monitoring that one. Not great news for our least talked about second round pick, the defensive lineman out of Texas A&M, Shemar Turner. He is expected to be a big part of our D-line rotation, but this ankle injury could set him back. Definitely something to monitor going forward. As far as the other rookie that's been missing practice, Zay Frazier, our rookie corner, he is not injured. He was excused for a personal matter and hopefully should be reporting to camp very soon. Ben Johnson also added that Jalen Johnson is in the building rehabbing. He's not holding out or away from the facility for any contract-related matter, so go ahead and squash that. Coach also added that he did not throw the offense out of practice yesterday. He simply pulled them off the field to go over details, and practice time is very limited. But he also added that now is not the time for simple mistakes, and they have to get it right now. He was also asked what the Bears' offense under Ben Johnson will look like, and he added that it will be unpredictable, and he brought up some of the best teams over the last few decades when talking about how he wants to attack as a team. Not just the offense, but the defense as well, and how they're able to attack different ways. And look at the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid, and then you have Spagnuolo running the defense, and then he even mentioned Bill Belichick. And not only what he did with 12 personnel, he said you don't know if they're going to run the ball 40 times or pass it 40 times. There are just so many options to attack a defense. And that's one thing he wants to do here in Chicago. He's going to spread the defense out at times with 11 personnel and then play big boy ball with 12 personnel as well. He already talked about wanting to have one of the best 12 personnels in the league, so I couldn't be more excited to see what kind of creative looks Ben Johnson cooks up for this offense. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway from camp is so far, and stay tuned for a full update on day 2 of practice and so much more. And until next time, bear down.